if you're new to Rise of Kingdoms, or if you're very new to the game, or if you don't even have an account yet, one of the best ways to get started is to join a jumper group. So today I'm going to be talking all about jumper groups. I'm going to answer 6 main questions with the help of a fellow jumper group leader, someone who's been playing the game for years and has done like 20 of these. So if you're interested in that, stick around. If you don't really care that much about jumper groups, you probably still want to stick around because I have a major announcement at the end, because I'm telling you, this is something crazy. I hinted it a little bit inside of my community post yesterday, and I'm going to completely go over it all today. So basically, a jumper group is a way to get started a little bit early in Rise of Kingdoms and get yourself, I guess, more prepared for the early game. First question I asked Yolis, the leader of Gods of the Kingdom jumper group, is how does being in a jumper group work? And he said that mainly what you do is you join like a major Discord server, maybe like the Rise of Kingdoms official server or another major Rise of Kingdoms server, and you look around for a jumper group tab, or you message someone who you know may be leading a jumper group, and you can get invited to their server. You get to know all the people, and you prepare for a final date where you land in a kingdom. It's also important to still be active once the kingdom starts, and I'll go a bit more over the process a little bit further in. But basically, a jumper group allows you to migrate from one kingdom that you've been in for about 7 or 8 days to a newer kingdom, like a brand new kingdom. And that's basically the whole goal of it, is you go to a older or like an already started kingdom with an account, you make it, get it up to a specific level, and then you migrate it to an extremely new kingdom, and you've already got a head start on most players. That also kind of ties in with what benefits does a jumper group give. So a jumper group allows you to get a head start on players. Basically, you end up at City Hall 7 before you jump. So City Hall 7 is really, really nice to be before any other players have even reached City Hall 2. So being at City Hall 7 is great. You also get a nice head start on troops. You get head starts on technology. You get to like go all the way down to about like metal guru, I think so you say it. And then also you get head start on a lot of your buildings. Plus you also get a head start on commanders and power and just a lot of things you get a head start on. So they're really good, especially if you're starting a new account. You also get head starts on like getting all these resources in here. And even when you clear out the fog in the first kingdom, you get to completely explore it and claim literally all of these rewards from all these towns and caves. So you get that twice, which is another head start. And on top of all of that, you get even more rewards from your monument, which is just great. So it's always nice to be in a jumper group when you're making an account. So are jumper groups free to play, low spender friendly? I'm going to say, and Yolis said 100%, because when you're doing a jumper group, you are getting a head start on other players, which means you actually get a major head start. So if you got better economic technology than someone who's spending money at the start, you've already got production that's increased at the start of the kingdom and stuff like that. So getting that buff on people who are going to spend money or will spend some amount of money is always nice, especially with lower spender free-to-plays. And we know nowadays Rise of Kingdoms, newer kingdoms are slightly smaller and there's less spenders usually. So having a jumper group where you know that there's going to be a ton of players that are probably going to spend money and keep like a safe, powerful kingdom is really good, especially for low spending free-to-plays. Because if you are a low spender, you can't really recover after being zeroed 5 times by random rogue players. So being in a kingdom with a bunch of powerful players is always good. Then the next question I asked Yolis is, if you have a newer account, like under 50 days old, is it worth starting again to be in a jumper group? And he said, definitely. Because what happens is when you've got a newer account, you tend to make a lot of mistakes usually. And I can agree to that. My new account, I put gold heads in Cow Cow. I spent $20 on Cow Cow. That was a waste of money. So having a newer account, you often make a few mistakes. They're not account killing sometimes. Sometimes they are. But having access to like starting fresh with all the knowledge that you've gained from your first account is great. What Yolis recommended doing was joining a jumper group and still playing that account that you had the first time. Just playing it, just learning about the game, getting used to like the way the game works, getting better at the game, more knowledgeable, meeting people. And then joining a jumper group, making that new account and getting just right in there with that new account and using that as like your new main account. And taking your old account and like using it as a farm or like a secondary account where you can just do whatever. And so it's always nice to have that second account to keep you a little bit interested in the game while you're waiting to join the jumper group and jump to your final kingdom. So what is the process of a jumper group? I already hinted on how you find jumper groups and all that, but the process is once you join, you talk with everyone, you get to know people, and then there will be a specific date where you land in a kingdom. And once you land in that kingdom, you'll be able to basically work with your members and just play the game how it normally starts. Actually, and so your group will make a date where they want to go to a kingdom. So let's say your group wants to land in, I don't know, the first kingdom right now that's open. So if I go to the kingdom map, there's a chance that, let's say you're in a jumper group right now, you're about to land, you'll land in 3192 probably, and you just clear out all the fog there. You just clear out all the fog, and you collect all of these like see these these caves, these villages, and you get all the rewards from these. You just basically play the game very actively. You collect your daily objectives. You save all these quests though. Don't collect your quests because they have resources that are not in token form, and you want to save your resources for the final kingdom. So don't collect any of these quests, except maybe the top ones, since they don't really give any resources. They give mainly gems and speed ups and stuff. And also make sure you're doing your daily quests as much as you can with a newer account. Beyond that, you want to make sure you don't go past City Hall 7. You get City Hall 7 and stop. Max every building to level 7 because, you're going to have more than enough time. Try not to use any speed ups. With your technology, I would recommend just doing the military technology because you'll probably get to just here. These all get to level 4, like ironworking and fletching and stuff. And then what you do is you go out on the map and you see all these villages. These actually have a chance of giving you that newer technology for free for the economic tree. I think the villages can give military technology, but I'm not too sure on that. Now, you'll have a thing called a beginner's teleport in your inventory as well. So a beginner's migration in your inventory. Basically, the way it works is at the end of the period where you want to jump to your final kingdom, you will use this item. You will zoom out onto the map, go into the kingdom, and then you'll go whichever kingdom you want to go to. Yolis said it's important to be active because there is a hidden cap on how many people could migrate to each kingdom with a special, like a beginner's migration. So we don't know what that cap is. They estimate it's 300 to 500 people. Most jumper groups don't have more than 500 people unless it's a really big jumper group. So he also recommended if you're making a farm, make it in the final kingdom. Don't make it in your first kingdom because you're not going to really be able to migrate that farm. And if you do make a farm, what you do is you wait for everyone or wait a day before you migrate that farm in because you don't want to block people from migrating into the final kingdom by taking a farm in, and that's just not very fair for them. Now, I also asked Yolis a little bit about his jumper group, and he told me, and I can agree to this, I joined the Discord server, that it's a very active community, a bunch of players who are ready to get into a jumper, ready to get right into the game. And he also told me about how it's got great leadership because I know his experience in the game. I spoke with a couple other leaders, they're in my Discord server. They're also experienced in the game. So after speaking with Yolis, he said his group plans to jump at around the 23rd of January. They create their account and they go to their final kingdom on the 30th of January. There are options like a sleeper group, but that's very complicated, and also they're a bit weird. You have to not log into your account for a while and then go back to a newer kingdom. Very complicated there. I'm not sure if he will be doing that. I'll have to speak to him about that. I'm pretty sure they don't want to do that, but if they do, then it's still very good for your account. Sleepers just means you get even more of a head start on players, but they're a bit more complicated. Now, they have a member goal of 600, and currently they have about 160 plus members. And yeah, that's all true. I checked their Discord. Now, here's my major announcement. Everyone's been asking me to make a restart account, and I thought it's finally time. I tell everyone I've been working on one. I've actually been working with Yolis. I've been wanting to join his jumper group. He said, yeah, it's perfectly fine. They've got space for me and probably a bunch of you guys. So if you want to join me on this jumper journey, join Yolis' Discord. It will be linked in the description and in the pinned comment. My Discord is also in the description if you want to go there and chat with me, etc. But here's the thing. All YouTubers have done some type of account where they've done a restart. And it's okay, cool. They've made a restart account. Maybe Chiskel's, any money he gets, he spends on the account. Or Shinchi, I think he just did a normal restart account. A lot of players have done one. But here's the thing. No one's done a restart account where they focus completely on one troop. And it's a specific troop. I've got a pure archer account. I don't care about infantry. I hate cavalry. I love siege now. I'm going to be making a pure siege account. So if you are interested in that, join my Discord, join Yolis' Discord, and maybe subscribe to the channel if you really want. These videos do take a lot of time and effort. And I came up with this idea after, I'm telling you, hours of thinking, 100%. It just completely popped in my mind. So to make this fun and interesting, guys, I will be doing an only siege account. And it's going to be completely new. No one's ever done it. We'll see if it works. The siege gear looks pretty promising. So we'll see how this goes. If you want to join me, Yolis, and all the other members in the jumper group, links in the description and pinned comment. I do thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.